Welcome back to another episode of Light Beer, Dark Money. I'm Sean Noble.
I'm Chris Clements.
And the big news.
What is the big news, John?
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged.
Oh, so we're going to start off with social news. Like,
Look, I had to bring it up. It literally just broke. It
so
is Tuesday.
Is that a contractual engagement? Like, did she give him a list of papers to sign shortly before he proposed?
Who knows? They posted on Instagram.
Oh my God.
Literally, I don't know how long ago this was. I guess I have to get on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. I'm not on Instagram in the morning.
This
usually.
It's
usually
Tuesday.
I try to wait till the afternoon.
Tuesday, August 26th.
It's a day that will live in infamy.
Yeah, this is
all the Swifties are going nuts.
This is my parents' anniversary.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, how long would they have been married, you know?
66, so it would have been 60 years.
Yeah. Yeah, well, God bless your dad. Mom.
Yeah. It would have been
your mom's still
so this would have been 50. Yeah. So
yeah. So
it would have been 59
how's she doing?
years. She's good.
Yeah, we're digressing, but
she's remarried.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great guy.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, that's news. There's other breaking news.
Other breaking news is
But the Swiftie thing, I mean, I always thought there was a lot of credibility on this idea that they had like some sort of contractual thing.
There's no doubt that most people believe that this was basically just a PR stunt.
I mean,
but
she's been through how many boyfriends? I mean, just like a lot. And that this became just a thing. And I mean, truth be told, I know her publicist pretty well. Do
you?
Yeah, we went to Tree Payne. We went to college together. Love Tree. Love her husband even more, Lance. And I can't even imagine, and I've never really asked her about it because it just would not be. I mean, when we get together, and she lives in Nashville and Franklin and all that. When we get together, it's I don't want to. I'm not going to ask her about all that, but I can't even imagine something I think about her and like when the fit is hitting the shan with Taylor Swift. I'm like, are you okay?
Yeah, right.
Are you all right? How are things?
So
because it's nuts. I can't even imagine trying to manage that.
So this is how current we are. They posted this 45 minutes ago.
That's amazing. And this will be out maybe tomorrow.
Maybe today, maybe
today.
But it is Tuesday, 10:45 a.m. right now.
Well, my daughter Gracie is a big Swiftie. She is
and
the
I have
Swiftie.
two daughters who are.
She's going nuts. I'm surprised she hasn't texted me.
I'm guessing that I'm going to hear about this.
Yeah. Now, Campbell.
In fact, I'm looking at it on Instagram, and I can see that my daughter has liked the post, the engagement post already. So liked by Kate Noble.
Yeah. See, I don't even follow Taylor Swift on Instagram, so I wouldn't know.
I've got to keep up with my daughters.
Yeah, unless there was like some sort of drop in my feed, which is not likely about Taylor Swift.
Right.
Well, good. I mean, I think marriage is a good thing. I think settling down is a good thing. And if there's anyone who probably needs to settle down, it's Taylor Swift.
Yeah. So she captioned this: your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married.
Okay. It's a love story.
It is a love story.
It's a love story.
It is a love story.
Every daddy-daughter dance from here on out, when we hear that, we'll think of Travis and Taylor.
Yeah.
When we're bouncing up and down. I mean, I'm still going to those daddy-daughter dances. As are you.
Yes.
I'm reaching the end. At sixth grade.
You're getting close to the end.
We're getting close to the end.
I'm first grade, so it's, I had my first one last year with Reagan.
Yeah.
And there's a few more to go.
There are a few more to go.
And she's also a Swiftie. But she's definitely heavily influenced by her older sisters.
Yeah. Now there's a new Taylor Swift album coming out.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
And the cover of the album was kind of racy or something. Well,
there's multiple covers that she's been posting. Yeah.
Is it going to be featured in Target? Do we know?
Probably. I don't know. We'll see.
There's one. I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift fan. However, there is one album that she released several years ago, around the time of when I turned the ripe old age of 50, and it was Folklore. And I remember when it was, and she dropped that out of the blue. Nobody even knew she was working on it. And I remember Sasha and I were at the Salamander in Virginia.
Okay.
It was my 50th birthday. We just had a great dinner the night before, and we're waking up, and this thing was all over the place. And we listened to it, and that is a tremendous album. It is definitely not poppy. She collaborated with Bon Iver. Is that the correct name?
Yeah.
And just some really earthy, great, folky songs that actually had some depth and some ingenuity to them.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
And she continued that, but then she went full pop with the last one.
Yeah.
I don't think she even does country anymore.
I don't think so.
No. And that's kind of how she got her start.
Yeah. I mean, she's a megastar.
She
what can
and
we
Miley
say?
Cyrus.
Yep. That's right.
Hannah Montana. Did you ever hit a Hannah Montana show?
I
did.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow I missed
did.
that.
Actually, she's quite talented.
She has got us at a pipe.
She went off kind of the deep end, and now she's kind of making her
that
way
woman
back.
can
But
sing. She's got
is
legit talent.
Really talented.
Yeah.
A very actually skilled guitarist of all things. She did this song like dedicated to her grandfather on the stage. I'll never forget this. I was like, oh my gosh, she can sing.
Yeah. No, she can definitely sing.
You know?
How did we get? Oh,
I don't know.
it was my fault.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
All my fault.
There's other things going on.
There are.
But do you think that Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus go to Cracker Barrel? I bet they do.
You know,
I bet they've been there with their families.
Absolutely,
at a certain time.
they have.
And I bet they enjoy the grandma sort of.
Taylor grew up in
of
Pennsylvania, right, and then moved to Tennessee, and Miley grew up in Nashville.
Yeah,
because Billy Ray
Cyrus.
Yeah, and Cracker Barrel originated in Tennessee.
Yeah,
so
but you would think it originated in New York City by what's happening.
Yeah, this is not the Cracker Barrel of your father.
No.
This is not your father's Cracker Barrel.
Well, and you would think that these companies would learn that Bud Light has become a verb, right? Like, do not Bud Light yourself on fire.
Yeah. Well, and I think that now I don't know. There's been a lot of discussion about how woke they've become. All I've seen is the logo change.
Yeah,
which
I haven't been tracking any.
I don't see how the logo to me doesn't seem woke.
What people are really reacting to is the remodel inside the store becoming more or less Cracker Barrel and more Crate and Barrel.
Okay.
Down with the brown walls and the tchotchke everywhere, and
but those things are everybody likes to see the old pictures
and white walls.
So it's gonna be boring.
Yeah, so it's much more. Somebody described it as like going to IKEA.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
IKEA, like the furniture store.
Yeah. So the problem, if Cracker Barrel has been struggling, it's because they haven't stayed with their roots on the menu. Like
perhaps.
they took catfish off their menu. They now have vegan stuff on the menu.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
Well, and also they've embraced a lot of DEI initiatives. Apparently, all the rocking chairs and the chairs they have outside of every Cracker Barrel when you have to wait for your table. I mean, they painted a bunch of them rainbow colors a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Even recently, and that just turns off their core customer.
Yeah, you can't have any white rocking chairs.
I think a refresh is a good thing.
It's freaking called Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. I think a refresh is a good thing if it's communicated properly. And I think now what they're trying to do is a lot of damage control. But I think that damage control, actually, I've been tracking a little bit the last week, is a lot more than what Bud Light did. A lot more than what Anheuser-Busch did.
Meaning they're getting more.
They're actually trying to get out in front of it.
Yeah. Well, let's see what
this is what their CEO had to say at Good Morning America the other day.
Okay.
I think what's important is that we are listening to our guests. We're doing this all for them.
Cracker Barrel's new logo and store redesigns are causing a stir online, despite the company's CEO claiming feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. The new logo drops the familiar man in a rocking chair image, replacing it with a sleek orange hexagon featuring just the brand name. The company says it's meant to connect more closely with the barrel in its name, but not everyone's convinced. On X, reactions have been harsh. Donald Trump Jr. asked, "What the f*** is wrong with Cracker Barrel?" Others mocked the change, with memes and jabs like "No cracker, no barrel." Cracker Barrel is also brightening its interiors, swapping darker tones for white walls, another move drawing criticism, especially on TikTok. When asked on Good Morning America if she would reverse course, CEO Julie Massino stood firm, insisting guests and managers are excited for the new look.
They've said is they love the new seating. We're adding in booths, making the chairs more comfortable, putting in new lighting, brightening up the paint color. But what's important is things that people love about Cracker Barrel, the soul of Cracker Barrel, is not changing.
Adding to the conversation,
All right. Well,
conservative
I mean,
activists Rob.
If they say the soul of it is not changing, then
Well,
I
we'll
don't know.
see. We'll see. I think they're in damage control, and they've apologized to their customers, which is, again, that's a lot more than Anheuser-Busch ever did. They still haven't apologized.
Is that right?
They still have not apologized. And Brandon Whitworth still has a job, and he's the CEO.
Wow.
So if there's stock rebounds, if there's same-store sales increase because people want to go
Well,
check it out.
They're going to have, because I did see the Cracker Barrel, they released the logo and their stock went down like 13%.
It was horrible.
It was like,
But their stock had been up 35% throughout the year. So they've been making these changes gradually, and they had been kind of bleeding customers for a while because of a lot of these initiatives. They're going to have to sort of meld them both together and get people back. I mean, how many times have you been to a Cracker Barrel?
I was there pretty recently.
You were?
Yeah. I mean, when we road trip, I'll try to stop there. I like Cracker Barrel.
You do?
Yeah.
I've only been there a couple times, but
Oh,
I
really?
mean, there's a case to be made that when you walk in, it's kind of cluttered.
No, I mean,
it's kind of
you're
cramped.
Definitely in a country store.
Yeah.
And when you get into the restaurant portion, I mean, I love all the stuff on the
I
walls.
always liked it
I mean, it's
I don't understand why they
I don't
would
know
wanna
why they changed
make
that.
it more, like I said, like Crate and Barrel.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
Very slick, very slim.
There is so
I think if they got rid of the chicken fried steak, there would be probably a
that
national
would be
revolt.
a national revolt. Yeah, exactly. So totally shifting gears.
Yes, keep going.
There's a Washington Post story out today, which you can read at Washington Post. It's
I
President.
didn't bring my laptop.
It's
So I didn't get the memo.
President melds a fractious coalition and it lays out the 6 factions of Trump world.
Okay.
And so what this Natalie Allison is the reporter on this, and so they break it down to MAGA populists, traditional Republicans, small government conservatives and fiscal hawks, religious right, and then tech right, and finally ending up with MAHA and other converted Democrats. So that would be obviously
Democrats.
RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. The tech right would be Mark Andreessen, David Sachs, Elon Musk. If he's
Musk is going to come back into the fold.
Yeah,
he knows where his butter's
obviously
being
religious right.
His bread is being buttered.
Yeah, Marjorie Dennis-Felser, which is SBA list, Right to Life. Mike Johnson, he came out of ADF. Ralph Reed, James Langford, those make sense. Small government conservatives, fiscal hawks, they list Ted Cruz, Ron DeSantis, Rand Paul. You could put Andy Biggs in that list. And then traditional Republicans, Glenn Youngkin, Lindsey Graham, Brian Kemp, John Thune.
Yeah. Where are we?
And
where are you?
Hang on. We got to cover the MAGA populists. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene, Stephen Bannon, and J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance went from traditional Republican to MAGA.
He might have
populist.
been. Wouldn't he been one of the tech bros too?
He might have been a tech bro, but
he was venture capitalist too.
Yeah, but before that, I mean, he came,
and an accomplished author. One of the great books of the 21st century.
I think we fit in that traditional Republican space.
Yeah,
and fiscal conservative.
Yeah, I'm more the fiscal
small
libertarian conservative.
Yeah,
on that piece.
I suppose if the way that they're defining it, I'm definitely closer to Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, or Ron DeSantis than I am to a Lindsey Graham or a John Thune.
Yeah, I would say I'm more DeSantis, Rand Paul in terms of his fiscal conservatism. Absolutely.
He's listed as small government conservatives.
I don't really disagree with anything he has to say. It's just a matter of how do we get there.
Yeah.
And, not philosophy, but tactics.
I think I think that this is actually, it's an interesting, I think one of the things that Steve Bannon's quoted in the article saying that this is the most diverse coalition you've had since FDR, when he had, in 32, he had Western ranchers, Chicago business guys, New York Wall Street, the South, the racist South. You had, just, and they tend to fight. The coalition fights amongst themselves, and you definitely see that,
and that's okay.
Yeah,
I think that's healthy.
I mean, it is, and
quite frankly, I obey the 11th commandment put down by Ronald Reagan.
Do you?
I do.
You do.
I mean, I do. I don't.
That's true.
I don't get personal with people.
Yeah,
I just say, I think you're wrong.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
You're right. We can disagree.
You cannot speaking ill and pointing out somebody's,
inconsistencies,
maybe, or where you disagree or disagree with opinion. There's a lot of people that I know within conservative circles that fit all over this list.
Yeah,
and people are like, "What do you think about that person? He's crazy." I'm like, "He's a friend of mine. I don't care."
Well, look, it's the more than half a loaf.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan was, if we believe in the majority of ideas, then we're going to be friends.
Yeah.
So
our
if we're at
ideas,
60, 70, 80% of the same
that's
issues,
the contrast.
we're going to disagree. Nobody's going to be, we're not going to be 100%.
No.
Alex and I are definitely not 100%. Nobody's 100%. I'm not 100% with Alyssa. I mean,
oh no.
But that's the way, that's a plurality. That's why we have a great country, because we can agree to disagree. And when we come together, we try to come together. It's the people who are trying to break apart the coalition over stupid little nuances. In my mind.
or I think that's absolutely true. Or then you have folks just who will criticize Trump just because of their own TDS.
Yeah, and
not really have any sort of philosophical disagreement. I have philosophical disagreements with him all the time, and whomever else. I'm a card-carrying member of National Review. You and I have been subscribing to National Review for like 40-something years.
Yeah, since we were kids.
There was an article this morning. I'm like, I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that at all.
Right.
It was by the editors. I'm like, I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, I mean,
that's okay.
It's fine. That's. I mean, and William F. Buckley, to his credit, put people with diverging views in the pages of National Review all the time.
If you go to National Review, I think the Spectator is very much like that too. There's some publications that it's not generic.
No, there's a lot of diversity.
There's a lot
of
of stuff going on and a lot of debate, and I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, like William F. Buckley and Ronald Reagan, one of the great tensions that they had, the biggest disagreement they had was over Panama Canal.
Yeah.
William F. Buckley thought it should be turned over to the Panama government, and Reagan said, no, we built it, we paid for it, we should keep it.
Yeah.
They had a huge disagreement about that.
That's okay.
And that's fine.
Reagan and Goldwater had lots of disagreements.
Yeah.
Legendary disagreements.
Yeah.
Some of those were, Goldwater's own ego.
Well,
he didn't like the fact that Reagan was ascending in the way that he did.
Well, I mean, George Will put it exactly right. Goldwater won the 1964 election. It just took 16 years to count the ballots.
Yeah.
When Ronald Reagan actually won. So
yeah,
Goldwater, it was Goldwater in 64 that allowed us to get to the point in 1980 where Ronald Reagan, a true conservative, could be elected.
Yeah.
The first true conservative in conservatism.
Yeah, in our lifetime.
Right.
I mean, for sure. That wasn't painted as part of this John Birch radical, right wing.
No, I mean,
he brought that, just as Trump has done. He brought this very diverse coalition together, brought in the religious right. Brought in traditional conservatives that have been Democrats, and into a coalition where they were not just agree. There's a lot of agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Between, and then brought in, for lack of a better term, the neocons.
Yeah.
Well,
it was
Democrats who were very anti-communist.
Right.
and wanted to confront the Soviet Union.
And think about some of the greatest leaders in the conservative movement were previously communist that had seen the light. Whittaker Chambers. I mean, there's just Irving Kristol. There was a bunch.
Yeah.
And giving a voice, giving
David
voice
Horowitz.
David Horowitz. I mean, there's just a number.
I was trying to think. Yeah, David Horowitz. He was a card-carrying Marxist.
Yeah.
And became one of the great heroes of conservative movement.
Yeah.
You
So
just never know.
Yeah. So coalitions, they're tenuous.
They are, but principles are not.
But here's the problem that the Democrats face, and this is something the New York Times covered a couple days ago, and that is because of shifting demographics and shifting populations to where people are moving and, population growth, population decline. In 2032, after the next census,
Yes.
and after reapportionment, it is going to be very challenging for the Democrats to win the presidency based on the paths that they have tried to utilize before.
Oh,
because
and
you
what
have
paths would those be?
Well, you've got California losing at least 3 electoral college votes. You have New York losing a couple, Illinois losing 1 or 2. Places like Florida, Texas, Arizona, Idaho, Utah gaining electoral college votes. It makes the point that in 2032, the Democrat could win all of the blue wall states and Nevada and still lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because of the way that the
Well, I've said it before, like Gavin Newsom is the greatest real estate agent in modern American history. I mean, he has shifted huge swaths of people elsewhere. And now he's trying to run for president.
Yeah.
The American psycho.
I don't think that's going to work.
He is Patrick Bateman.
I don't think that's going to work.
He's shimmying and shifting, and
so
he's got his axe. He's ready to go.
We have the redistricting fight that's going on. We've talked about that because Republicans are attempting to, reset a little bit on the gerrymanders that the Democrats did in California, Illinois, and New York. They've now passed the lines in Texas that'll presumably gain 5 House seats. We'll see. The elections still have to happen.
Yeah. What's Jasmine Crockett going to do?
I don't know. And then you've got other places. Missouri's looking at it. Indiana's possibly looking at it. Maryland apparently is looking at trying to eliminate the single Republican seat that they have in Maryland. I mean, you talk about Maryland's also a ridiculously gerrymandered state.
Yeah.
To have only 1 Republican. So I don't know. We'll see.
Gerrymandering wars will go on.
They will go on. Let's jump on to
some
Pritzker.
more hot takes.
Yeah, let's
Mr. Pritzker.
Let's do Mr. Pritzker, since the
Governor
Texas Democrats
Pritzker.
went to Illinois to try to stall their redistricting vote, which they then had to go back and do it.
It's so funny the Democrats went to all these pathetically redistrict states.
Yeah, I mean,
you proved the whole
point. Exactly. All right.
Crime is a reality we all face in this country. Public safety has been among our highest priorities since taking office. We have hired more police and given them more funding. We banned assault weapons, ghost guns, bump stocks, and high-capacity magazines. We invested historic amounts into community violence intervention programs. We listened to our local communities, to the people who live and work in the places that are most affected by crime, and asked them what they needed to help make their neighborhoods safer. Those strategies have been working. Crime is dropping in Chicago. Murders are down 32% compared to last year and nearly cut in half since 2021. Shootings are down 37% since last year and 57% from 4 years ago. Robberies are down 34% year over year. Burglaries down 21%. Motor vehicle thefts down 26%. So in case there was any doubt as to the motivation behind Trump's military occupations, take note. 13 of the top 20 cities in homicide rate have Republican governors. None of these cities is Chicago. 8 of the top 10 states with the highest homicide rates are led by Republicans. None of those states is Illinois. Memphis, Tennessee, Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
So he's going to list all these cities
Yeah.
that have Democrat mayors.
Yeah. They have Democrat mayors, and guess what? They're not as large as the city of Chicago, which has been a wasteland for the better part of a decade.
It's look,
And,
good for them that the crime is going down, but when it started
unless
as
they're
high
cooking
as
the
it did,
books.
well, it could
and,
be.
and the FBI will probably go in and relook at those stats.
I mean, given that that's what they were doing in D.C., it's probably worth checking that out. That's for sure.
Well, apparently there's going to be a new audit in Colorado because that was exactly what was happening.
Well, the thing
Denver.
and remember how much the mainstream press ridiculed those of us who were talking about the gangs taking over that apartment complex in Aurora.
13 games in Aurora, sure.
It's now proven.
Yeah.
I mean it's just.
Remember what J.D. Vance said?
Yeah.
So he was questioned. Well, I mean, it's an apartment complex. Why are you?
Yeah.
And he's like, it's one too many. What don't you understand about that?
I mean, it's so the
Democrats are going to fall on this hill just like they've fallen on every hill.
Well, it is,
and the people know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you can just Google Black residents of Chicago, Trump military, and you'll see a bunch of them, residents of Chicago, saying, "Absolutely, we need more help."
Yeah,
I can't.
Sure.
My kids can't walk down the street.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, crime going down, okay, but when you have it at such huge numbers,
yeah.
I mean,
and can Trump send out the National Guard to Illinois? No, not unless he unless he federalizes it completely. It's a higher bar than what he's doing in D.C.
Yeah, D.C.'s because the federal government has some control there.
The myth that D.C. is really a city or could ever be a state is one of the most laughable things ever. Yeah. It is a federal district controlled by the federal government, and the federal government, the FBI, Drug Enforcement Agency, Homeland Security, has every right to clear it up.
Yeah, and they've done a good job. It's cleaned up. People are commenting.
I think the only stat that has gone up a little bit is home invasions, like robberies. I heard that this morning in D.C.
That's gone up since he's engaged in this?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Well,
carjackings are down like 180%.
Yeah, no, the carjackings.
There hasn't been a murder in like 10 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
which is amazing.
That's great.
In D.C.
That's great.
I'm sure a lot of people are very happy about that.
So, Alex, you got a Romney speech on Trump from 2016. Let's take a look at that. I'm interested what Alex has us to hot taking on.
Okay.
And let me put it very plainly. If we Republicans choose Donald Trump as our nominee, the prospects for a safe and prosperous future are greatly diminished. Let me explain why I say that. First, on the economy. If Donald Trump's plans were ever implemented, the country would sink into prolonged recession. A few examples. His proposed 35% tariff-like penalties would instigate a trade war, and that would raise prices for consumers, kill our export jobs, and lead entrepreneurs and businesses of all stripes to flee America. His tax plan, in combination with his refusal to reform entitlements and to honestly address spending, would balloon the deficit and the national debt. So even though Donald Trump has offered very few specific economic plans, what little he has said is enough to know that he would be very bad for American workers and for American families. But you say, wait. Isn't he a huge business success? Doesn't he know what he's talking about? No, he isn't. And no, he doesn't.
All right, let's stop there. So
Where's Mitt Romney today? Mitt Romney's on a rocking chair in Utah,
enjoying his grandkids.
enjoying his grandkids.
Yeah, so we can say with pretty so.
And what happened after? I mean, shortly. I remember that speech, which means I'm insane. But who went to kiss the ring after Trump was elected because he wanted to be Secretary of State?
Yeah. It was not a good look. You know, it's interesting because
Mr. Bain Capital.
Romney is a smart guy.
Completely.
And I mean, I will forever remember the debate in which he talked about the challenge of Russia and how they were one of our greatest geopolitical threats.
Yeah, he was right.
And Barack Obama said the 1980s called and they want their foreign policy back.
Very, very famous line.
Yeah.
In debate.
I mean, Romney has been proven right just in spades, but he's not always right. He definitely has not been proven right.
I mean, the steering of the 2017 tax bill was basically a combination of all the different disparate interests that you outlined earlier in the podcast. And that created a growth that we haven't seen in this country in a long time. I mean, poverty dropped, economic development exploded, and we haven't even seen the effects of the big, beautiful bill yet.
Yeah. So that's I mean, when you think about it, so the 2017 tax cuts hit, things are starting to really hum.
Yeah.
Then COVID hits. That obviously changes the game for everybody. He gets back in office, passes one big beautiful bill, the working families tax cut. That's what we're supposed to call it now.
Okay.
The working families tax
cut.
Yeah.
Is that the messaging now?
That's the messaging.
Not the
working families tax cut. That's right. Working families tax cut passes. And you're right. We haven't seen that yet because it's only been a month. I mean, it's going to take some time to get implemented, but it's going to lead to some really awesome economic
and
powerhouse.
And we're going to see some things accelerate. At the same time, Trump, in just 6 months, now 7 months of office, has eliminated over 300,000 federal positions.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it is.
He's not done.
He's not done. And so I will say that Trump 2.0 is a much better president than Trump 1.0.
Yes.
In the sense that he's got his focus on getting stuff done and not dealing as much with
and also let's be clear. I mean, he doesn't have James Comey and all these other clowns at the FBI going after him on
constantly shifting
on the whole Russiagate idea that was dreamed up by Hillary Clinton.
That's right.
You know, and now Hillary Clinton is trying to avoid. Who knows what she's trying to avoid?
Well,
but she seems to be giving Trump more praise.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting what the potential of prosecution will do.
Yes.
So, there we have it.
Are we out of time?
We're out of time.
Yeah. We should talk about on Thursday. We should talk about Mr. Bolton and his speaking of anti-Trumpians who then went and kissed the ring, had a bright shiny moment and got torpedoed.
Yeah.
And then got caught with some confidential top secret stuff, sending it to his family.
Yeah,
apparently.
If you hadn't heard, John Bolton, former National Security Advisor, his home was visited by the FBI because he was holding classified documents that he should not have. Let me just, according
to Mike Davis, he actually transmitted these to his family.
That's not good.
The skinny of this is going to be much bigger than what people are thinking.
Yeah.
That is just retribution.
And I mean, here's the thing that is still a mystery to me. And one thing that we will get to, we've teased this former CIA operative.
Yes.
I will have him on. But it is baffling to me how many former government employees have security clearances when they should have no business having security clearances.
Well, they keep them because they're never
And
rescinded.
when Trump rescinded security clearance and Tulsi Gabbard rescinded security clearances of all these people, the press acted as if this was just outrageous and unbelievable. It's like, what? They have no business. They have no
it's
business.
because the press goes to these people
That's
because
right.
they still have clearance, and now all these people are useless to them.
They can't.
And
give them,
all these
they can't
people
leak
go
to
on
them.
the talk shows and speak extemporaneously about what they may or may not know, and that's how they make their living. And now they can't make their living doing that.
Well, they shouldn't
anymore.
make a living doing that. That's outrageous.
Yeah.
All right. Enough of that.
Well, and we'll see.
Let us know what part of the Trump coalition you are, if you
Yes.
are part of the Trump coalition.
Yeah.
A lot of
Because it's not all
MAHA.
MAGA.
There are a lot of MAHA.
Yeah, a lot of MAHA. We
A lot of
welcome
MAHA.
them.
Welcome, MAHA. All right.
right.
Thanks,
Thanks.
guys. Take
God
care.
bless.
Bye.